Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and today we're going to do Melina's challenge. What did you call it now? Ribbon cluster challenge? I don't know. Snippets, ribbon snippets. Oh, I watched the video. I promise I did, but you know I can never remember the names of videos. I just remember how people make stuff. Now I'm gonna use scraps, but I'm gonna start out with a piece of this. This is the Tim Holtz wallpaper, vintage wallpaper or worn wallpaper. And let's see, I'm trying to think of about how big I want mine. I'd like to have them big enough that if I want to glue them down and make a little tuck out of them, that I could. And I'll show you what I've got to put on the back as the ribbon. Someone sent me some of this, I think this is called bias tape, or bias ribbon, whatever. It's just material, but it's what you use when you're sewing and you want to sew right at the edge of something and you want it to have a nice clean edge. You put that on there like that. So I don't do that type sewing anymore, so I thought I will use that for this little project, because I've got ribbon but I don't want to go out in storage and get it. I'd rather just use what I have in here. So now that's going to be probably my base layer there. And if I sound a little bit nasally, I am. Apologize for that, but I'm not feeling the greatest in the world today. It's rainy, it's cool, and my head is all stopped up, and it's just one of those days where you really just want to crawl in the bed and you don't want to do anything else. But I knew I needed to get a video up, and I had a couple of really I'm behind 3 challenges that I need to get caught up on. So I wanted to do that. It may not be long ones like yesterday. Yesterday was kind of short too, wasn't it? Y'all may start calling me the lady that does short videos instead of the lady that does the long videos. Alright, I'm just going to lay some things down here and then we'll look and see what it looks like, and if it doesn't look okay, then we'll try something else. I'm looking for a sweet little butterfly. I've got just some things pulled out here that I have been putting in some of the journal packets that I've been doing this morning. And I was just trying to see if I had a butterfly left laying here, but I don't think I do. So I'm going to grab Betty's little ephemera journal down here. I don't know if you can hear that rain or not, but it's raining just really slow and easy, and it's just so calming, and it just makes me want to pile up in the bed and sleep for about 3 days. It's getting a little bit harder now, but all this morning it has just been raining really, really slow and steady. This has been a very rainy season for us. We normally don't get this much rain in the summer. But I'm not complaining, because come July and August it may all dry up and then we'll all be yelling for rain. Okay. Just going to lay that down there. I don't know. I'm not going to commit on it just yet, because I've got some other things that I want to put on there. Okay, I also have some little labels and things that I want to pull out and use. And no, I still have not cut these labels down, and I need to find my labels and cut those down too, because they've got some things in there that I want to use. I may also use some of these. These are the little, oh, you can't even see them. I may also use some of these. These are the little cabochons that we used on her last challenge, so we may use some of those. But I wanted just a small word. So I think I might just cut one of Tina's out here. No, is this Tina? Yeah, this is Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah. I may cut one of hers out and use it. These are kind of small right here. I may just cut a few of them out. And hers are made such that you can cut them smaller if you want, or you can use the large ones. She's got those too. So I think I'll just use this one, and I'm just going to cut it down a little bit more than what it's showing on here. I want to raise my windows and just let the rain pepper down and be able to hear it real well on the patio out back. And I guess I could if I wanted to take the time to do that. Let's see. I think that might be one right there. Now, I have opened up a new bottle of Fabri-Tac just because my other bottle that I have is in desperate need of some acetone. So I'm going to try to just use a new one for now, and then I will put some acetone in that one, and then I'll go back and add this to the other bottle because I was almost out in that bottle anyway. Now I'm just going to turn these different ways because I don't want to hide everything. I want everything to show in its own little way, and we won't be able to show all of everything, but we can show the bits and pieces of it. And I don't mind, you know, like that sticking out like that, and then put our little butterfly right here, maybe like that. And instead of opening up two different glues, I'm just going to go through with my Fabri-Tac. We also have some of the Fabri-Fix now, so if you want to give that a try. I'm thinking it's real similar to the Fabri-Tac. It's a little bit cheaper, but it's real similar to it, I think. Okay, so that is that one. And I have got tons of these scraps that were left over from doing journals. Sorry, if I get just totally hoarse, just ignore me. But those are left over from doing some journals this morning, and I may use some of those. But right now, I'm going to tear down a piece of this. This is one of those pieces that we used last week when we was doing the other little cabochon clusters that she did. And I've done all that I wanted to do for right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and tear this down. Now you could certainly cut this if you don't want to do the tearing. I just like that torn look. Hubby actually went upstairs and went to bed. He sat in the recliner for a while after we kind of finished our chores around here. He sat in the recliner for a while and he just kept falling asleep. I said, why don't you just go to bed? He said, I think I will. He said, I can't keep my eyes open. So he wears a CPAP, so he said, I'm just going to go put my mask on and go to bed. I said, do you think if we go to bed right now that we could actually sleep until tomorrow sometime? He said, I don't know, but wouldn't that be nice? Okay, I'm going to grab some of those little papers out that I use on my desk because that Fabri-Fix or Fabri-Tac is really tacky. And I don't want to get it all over my desk. These are the papers that our old labels that we used to use came off of the front, and they just have that backing on them, so I'm just going to use that. Okay, let's see what we want to put on top of that. Now that one has no color, so we definitely want to add in some color, don't we? And I'm going to tear out, I hope, excuse the tearing. This is some of that vellum that one of you sent me. It's from hot off the press, and I don't know where they got it. I really, really don't. You might leave that question in the comments, and if the person who sent it to me sees it, they can answer you. But you can try Googling vellum from hot off the press and see what you come up with. See if that works. Alright, I am going to use my Barely Arts on the vellum because it doesn't leave that residue on the front side. So I'm just going to put that down like that maybe. And all you need to do is just rub it in, and then it just disappears on the bottom side of it. Okay, then what shall we do? I may come back with a little piece of one of these digitals. This one's pretty. And I don't want to cover up all my vellum, so I'm just going to alternate these. And each one I'm just going to make a little smaller and a little smaller. Now, Melina was explaining that you can make them on a ribbon. You can just use your regular ribbon, make them on a ribbon, and then you can just roll them up or hang them up or, you know, fold them up, do whatever you want to do with them. And then when you get ready to use them, you just clip in the middle, in between, and you have got your clusters ready to go. And some of these I'm going to actually use as little pockets because they are the right size for just a small pocket in a journal. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and tear out, well, I won't tear out, I'll cut out some of these to use these on here. No. And I'm not going to make you watch me do all the cutting and everything. I am going to, let's see, let me find the one I want to use. I'm going to cut all of that out, but I'm just going to trim this out, and then we'll put this down when we ink around it. Okay, and I cut out the bright red one because I wanted to put a little bit more color on that. So we shall put that like that, I think. And you can also put like cheesecloth and trims and laces and things underneath this too. I don't have any cheesecloth right here at my desk. I guess I could get up and go get it, couldn't I? But I do have a little bit of lace that I could put down just across there. This is one of those days where I think I may just use what's on my desk because I don't want to get up and go get anything. Oh, I'm too lazy today. Let's see. And I do want to put a little bit of black trim on that, or black bling, whatever you want to call it. I just think it makes it look good, and it won't hurt. It doesn't have very much dimension at all, so it's not going to hurt to put it in your journal. As a matter of fact, quite a few of my journals have this in them. And I'm just going to run it a little bit of Fabri-Tac right down the side, and then put that right there. That's cute. And you know, we need to just go ahead and put it in the middle of that little butterfly too. I think that just sets the butterflies off. To put a little bit of bling in there. There we go. So there is two. Now I have no idea how many Melina finished because, I'll be truthful, I didn't watch all the way to the end because I fell asleep. But I'm just going to do as many as I feel like doing for right now, and then we'll move on to something else. But make sure that you go over and check out her channel. Hers are absolutely beautiful. She does such good work. Her mama today probably will not do that great at work. Today her mama is feeling the effects of being 65. But hers are gorgeous. They're so neat, and I don't know. Mine can't be neat. I'm just not that neat of a person. But, you know, you do what makes you happy, and you do you. You don't try to do anybody else. You do you. So, you know, Melina's real neat and petite, and I am not neat and not petite. I'm a little bit out there in left field, and, you know, I kind of like it that way some days. Some days it gets a little old, but... Alright. Now, she was doing some of hers up and down and some of them sideways, and I may do that too in a minute. Right now, I'm just going to try to get that to stick down. That's another piece of that vintage wallpaper, and I think that is so pretty. Let me see. I also have some of this Vintage Stories. This is the vellum that we have in the store, and I'm pretty sure that we still have some of this over there. You guys know that I'm a sucker for vellum. I love vellum, and that feels like 2 sheets. It's so thick, but I guess it's not. So I'm just going to tear a piece of this down, and then let's see. I like to have the rough edges. So I'm just going to tear it all the way. I'm not going to put that big of a piece on there, but while it's tearing, I'm just going to tear it all the way down. And then we'll decide how big of a piece we want to put on there. And you can see through this vellum, and that makes it even prettier to me. So you can kind of see the floral image underneath. And then I love, love, love to ink the vellum. I like that little bit of a burnt edge that it gives it. Whoops, I almost used the wrong glue, and you guys almost let me use the wrong glue. You gotta yell at me louder than that. Alright, so put that right there. And I think I'm gonna turn it a little bit more this way. So I'm gonna make, like I said, some of these I'm gonna use as pockets, so I don't want it too off. Righty, now what? What are we gonna put on here? I think I'll use that for one. I pulled that out for that, but I'm not going to use it on that. Nope, that will cover up all of my vellum. Okay, I've just pulled out a few of Tim Holtz pieces from the Field Notes collection. And I'm going to put this circle on there, I think. Yeah, I think we'll put that right there. And then, I don't think on this one I'll put a label because that has all the numbers and everything in there. Let me put this top back in before I leave it off and it goes south. Okay, I'm going to put that right there in the middle. So that is another. Now my bias tape, and I guess that's what this is called, is not as wide as maybe some of your ribbon will be. So just do you, remember. Don't try to do me, do you. Alright, this is another piece of the Tim Holtz ephemera. It's a little bit large for what I want to use it for, so I'm just going to tear it like that. And then I'm going to try my best to tear around the edge without it looking like a little mouse took bites out of it. Now you can put yours down and just cut it and, you know, leave the straight edges if you want. You don't have to do this, but I like mine torn. There we go. Okay, and I think I'll put this one that way again. I don't have, so far I haven't decided on one to go up and down. I'll come across something in a minute that'll look better that way. But as of now, I'm just doing these. Okay, put that there. That's way too big. I just have bits and pieces of things here. And this is some vellum that actually has it has like that gold image on there, or gold piece on there. And I'm thinking I might just put that straight across like that. Looks like all of mine's going to have vellum on them. And I didn't even tear those other edges, and that's fine. And I didn't even ink that either, and that's okay too. I can always ink it when I cut it apart to use. So we can just leave it like that. And then I'm going to take a piece of ribbon. And I think I'm going to run it like this. And see, I only put my glue right down the middle of my vellum so it's curling. If you put it on both sides, it won't do that. So let's just go ahead and put some down over here. Press it down, and then a little bit down over here. Then it won't curl. Okay, let's go ahead and put that there. Put it that way. Oops. Oh, you know what? It dropped down there where it wanted to be, so we're just going to leave it there. And then, that's too big. These are some of the Tim Holtz pieces that came out of the field notes as well, and I'm just going to trim this one down a little bit better and then ink it and put it there. I think I'll just put that one up like that. Okay. I think I'll cut this little piece in half. And what we'll do is use half of it here, and then we'll use half of it somewhere else. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to run some glue on the back of it, and then I'm just going to insert it. Well, I'm going to try anyway to insert that right up under there like that. There we go. That will work. Okay, now what? Let's try one up and down this way. This is a cute little piece that came out of a paper collection. I think it was a digital, as a matter of fact. And it may have been Betty's. I'm not sure, but it may have been hers. So we'll do one this way. And put this glue back up. And yes, mine are quite a bit larger than the ones that Melina did. You have to do them in order to please yourself and to whatever your journal is going to take. Your journal may be a small one, so it won't take anything this big, but you got to do them to fit your journal and what you're working on, not what somebody else is working on. So let's see. I don't know what I want to put next. I may just put a piece of this down. It's going to cover up my little butterfly there, or my little dragonfly, but you can see through it. Excuse me, so it will be okay. that. It has some of that green in it, like the background has some green. And then I think I saw a piece over here a minute ago that I thought I might want to use. Not that. That wasn't it. No, that wasn't it. What about just... Well, we could put that butterfly on. It's going to cover that dragonfly completely up. But sometimes you just have to do that. Oh, I like that on there. Now, it does cover my little dragonfly up, but I like the looks of that, so I think that's what I'm going to put on there. Yeah, I like that. Excuse me. And then maybe just, what? Just a little label of some kind. Let's just put this little flag on there. I know it says all aboard, but I think it's still going to work. No, I don't know. It's got a little bit of that color in the background, but when I lay it down, it kind of clashes. Yep, I had to look in the camera. Kind of clashes. So, we might just put that little number up there. No, that doesn't work either. Alright, we're going to put a number on here. Then I just got to see where I want the number. I think I want it down there at the bottom. And then this little piece of stem, I'm just going to wrap it to the back side. There we go. Okay. I'm closing in on myself. I've got so much mess out here. Another thing that my daughter and I do not have in common. She can keep her desk so clean and tidy, and boy, you look at mine and it's like, whoa, there was a tornado that came through here. I can clean it up, and within just a few minutes it's all messy again. So sometimes you wonder why you even try, huh? But you know, when I do clean it up, I realize that I find things that I forgot that I had. So that's a good thing. Alright, we're just going to use this little piece that was cut out of a paper collection. And I'm going to use it that way, right there. And then we'll see what we want to put on top. Let me see. What shall we put on top of this? Oh, this little bird's cute. You know, I'm forgetting about all of those little stamped images that I have too. I could be using those. Yeah, I don't mind that there. Let's see, do we want to put anything under it before we put that down? Alright, I think I'm going to put this little tag down, and it's just one that I got in some of that, some of those pieces from AliExpress. And yeah, I'll start to say, I hope it's a sticker. If it's not, I'm rubbing all that stuff off. But it's a little sticker, and it's got a little bit darker of a edge than that little birdie does. So it'll kind of separate the bird and the background. and then that way you can see both of them. But I still think I want some little something underneath that. So here again, I'm just going to pull in a piece of ribbon or a piece of lace. Put that down right across there. I just want it to peek out a little bit on both sides. There we go. And then we will glue this up. And I think I want him right there, like that. I just want to alternate him and not put him even, just so that that looks a little bit better to the eye. There we go, we've got that one. And let's see, let's do another couple maybe. Just trying to see what else I had here. That's way too big. Don't want to use that. Just looking around, I want to find something. I don't want to use that because I don't want to cover that up. So let's use this big number here. This is something that I think Tina sent me, and it's just a great big number that I don't know any other way that I might use it, so I think I'll just use it on here and I can just make a little cluster out of it. Tina didn't send it to me. This is something that Betty sent to me. I don't know why I said Tina, sorry about that. But I can use this to make a little cluster, and then it can be a little pocket as well. So let's go ahead and put a piece of this vellum on there. And you know, you can put your pieces different ways. I don't differ. I don't stray too far from what I normally do on my clusters, especially if I'm trying to keep the top open so that I can tuck something in there, because these could be little tuck spots and different things like that. So if you're trying to keep the top open, you can definitely do something like that. We could put that little piece there. We could tuck that little piece in like that maybe. No? There's the number right there, Edith, in your face. Like that. I think I want that coming on off just a little, like that. Then, let's see what this little circle is. Oh yeah, let's tuck that little circle in like that. So let's do that. This is it's gonna have a pop of blue, and that's okay. We can go with that. So this is a good chance to pull out some of those pieces that you normally would not use just by themselves, and use them to make some clusters or snippets, ever what you want to call them. I think Melina called them snippets, so use them to make some snippets. Oops, I need to put my little circle under there first. Let's see, trying to figure out which way this goes, like that. Tuck him in right there. There we go. Okay, and then I think I want a little number or something just right there on top of that. Just a little tiny number, and see if I have one. I don't think I have one in blue. I'll just have to do a brown one, I guess. And this is one of Tracy Fox numbers. We're just going to put that right there, just like that. Okay. All right, come on down here. So, what shall we put on the background now? You know, you can always use book pages for your background if you want to do that. You don't have to use your pattern paper or anything like that. You can just use book pages. I'm just looking through, finding what I do want to use. So let's grab a piece of this Tim Holtz paper. That stuck right to my finger. Couldn't get it off. Okay. So that's going to be quite large, isn't it? Let's trim it off a little bit more. This is my new trimming tools. Okay. And this makes for a really good background because it doesn't have a lot on it that you might not want to cover up. But yet it's got that color so that you can keep adding to, and it will look good. So then what about we add something like that? And maybe what? We might put a flower on there. All right, let's look for something else. So I think we might stick with the Tim Holtz theme, and we'll do that label right there. And then we could come in with that lady and man dancing there. Let's see, what else do we have here? I'm going to bring in a little pop of color, but I don't want to bring in too much. Okay, we'll keep this one a little bit more simple. It's not going to have so much on it. And I put glue everywhere. Did you see that? Oh well. I got this paper under it, so if it sticks to it, it'll come right up. And then I'm just going to put the man and woman down there. And we'll put them right there. Oh, he may lose his hand. I don't know. Maybe not. We may have to put some little something under there to keep him from losing his hand. There we go. We'll stick that on there. Oh man, I'm inserting pieces. We don't want the man to lose his hand and his companion's hand because her hand is in his, so. And they're sticking off of the page. There we go. We put it on there. So we've got that, and then I think just a number, just this black number in there, and that could be representing them as like number 1. And a dance competition maybe. Okay, let's look and see what we have done. So there is that. There are those all the way down through there. And then when these dry completely, what we can do is just fold them up like this. Very good idea, Melina. Very good idea. So we can do that when they dry completely. I'm not going to fold them right now because they're still drying. And I have to take pictures too. But that is it, guys. That is it for this tutorial. Make sure that you go over and watch Melina's challenge video and take part in the video. We'd love to have you join us. It's fun just to do these challenges. I mean, it just keeps you in practice, and you can watch what somebody else does, and then, you know, maybe get some fresh ideas. So it's a lot of fun. I learn lots every time I do a challenge. So all right, we will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Bye-bye.